tal se escucha bien aquí? ¿Se escucha bien? Bueno, vamos a ir al tema. El día de hoy vamos a hablar de... El día de hoy vamos a hablar del señor Charlie. De Charlie. Charlie Trotter. Rest in peace. Pero vamos a hablar de él y su legado. You can find all this information everywhere. Just Google it and you can find it. But we're gonna learn a little bit more about his legacy. How important is for the culinary world. I have in my hands this book, Lessons in Excellence from Charlie Trotter. And when you think about excellence, what comes in your head? Maybe a fancy car, maybe a fancy restaurant, but it's the excellence is a way of living, it's a way of thinking, and that's a philosophy. Maybe what it makes more interesting about Charlie in persona is that he didn't study the culinary arts like in CNA, for example, CIA. He comes from study philosophy and letters, and he built one of the greatest restaurants in America. He put his restaurant. He put Chicago on the map also, and he was a pioneer of the fine dining movement in America.
Charlie was really a control freak.
He was known as a tyrant.
He talks a lot about paradigm, and I've been studying what it means the paradigm, and it's come from the Greek, which means the way, the frame, how we do things, how we approach it. So everything is gonna go on this. We're gonna go to this book. We're gonna be a little bit of the history.
Being Charlie Trotter, that was almost a sentence in some ways.
I don't know if Charlie really knew how many people.
I have right here his first book, which is released in the 1990, it looks like. And Chef Granakatsky actually saw the first this book, one of the greatest inspiring in recipes. It was like nothing in the sea. So this guy who was training in philosophy, he fell in love in gastronomy, and he have the artist's mind. He became one of the greatest. Sadly, he passed away at the age of 56, I think. He have a stroke, and they found it in his apartment, in his house in Chicago. And his restaurant, it was in Lincoln Park, Chicago, close to Alinea. So in this world of the gastronomy, it's quite small. So if you ever heard, it's true. So all the chefs who pass there, who walk there, they know another chefs, like the chef Siggy, who works in. He have the restaurant here. He works there, and Chef Volley also. And I think a lot of people in that time, there was a place to be, a place to learn. No, for you want to reach the top, and you want to be with the best. So that was those times. And
right. So when I worked there in 1995, it wasn't the best fit for me. I was 21 years old. That kitchen was by far the most intense that I had ever experienced. At that point, I had no experience, but probably in the entire world, that was probably one of the hardest. 17-hour days, really, really physical, pushing and scrubbing. under a tremendous amount of pressure to be the best restaurant in the world. And under his management style, which was really, really demanding to attempt to achieve that best restaurant status, it was a lot, especially at that age. So, you know, as the years went on, I opened Alinea, and him and I started to repair what was sort of I wouldn't even call it fractured, because we never really had a relationship to start. We'll call it aggressively competitive. How about that?
Sure.
And so there was that notion when we opened Alinea, and I'm sure he felt a little bit threatened that there was a new contender in the city that wanted to dethrone him. And so it wasn't long after we opened that we started talking again, and he was really generous with his time and words, right before, you know, right up until he passed. And so I felt like, for me, a person that believes in second chances, and
Charlie had just graduated from the University of Wisconsin-Madison, and he came to the restaurant where I was not qualified to be the chef of, and came into the kitchen and asked me for a job. And I said, well, we don't really need anybody right now, and aren't you a busboy? And don't you think you have other things to do? And he was like, in his mind, he was like, I'll be back tomorrow. And he came back tomorrow, and the next day, and you saw Carrie, who was astonishing. Carrie.
I have a very interesting playlist of Charlie Trotter just here right at the bottom. I'm gonna put it just at the end of the video so you can watch all the videos that are outside on YouTube. So one of the greatest motivationals, it's the Charlie Trotters when he's making a conference, and it's
people would kind of chew on and
think
spit
about excellence.
So-called chefs that were running the place, even though I had no idea what constituted being a chef was. But these guys just had the worst attitude. They didn't want to be there. And they were just slinging it, you know, putting stuff on the thing and smashing the oven door shut. And, you know, the poor waitress would come in with the plate of food back from a table saying, well, the lady thinks that the lamb is too rare. And the chef's going, you know, snarling at her, that's not, you tell her she should order something else. And I'm thinking, how hard is this? This could be like your mom out here. This is somebody who's come here for dinner, and you got to adjust it. You got to fix it. That's the beauty of it. And it's about how far are you willing to go? It's not just by the book. It's not just these are the hours of operation.
Con el tiempo va a ser más complicados porque se están haciendo pues un poco más coleccionables. De hecho, este es nuevo, o sea, lo encontré en Amazon. Y vale mucho la pena. Lo recomiendo. Te dejo lo puedes encontrar en Amazon. Y te sirve como, mira, business leadership. O sea, también puede ser como te va a ayudar para tu empresa. Y tiene que estar de cajón para educarte cómo mantener tu restaurante. Si quieres mantener una empresa, pues no te voy a hacer spoilers, tienes que leerlo. Los kitchen sessions, los videos ya los puedes encontrar en YouTube. La verdad es que las recetas que están aquí, puedes decir que no son nada anticuadas, o sea, no es nada de lo, tienes razón, o sea, no es nada de lo que de lo fácil para aquí, de lo más fácil. De hecho, él tiene un libro que se llama Fine Dining for Dummies, pero es muy bueno, o sea, todavía es mi afete, es como muy jaute. Me encantan las ilustraciones. Según yo, las ilustraciones son del mismísimo chef Matt Merges. Entonces, eso me encanta, o sea, que tengan sus dibujos, porque esto es como la forma de antes de tener la foto de recuerdo, ¿sabes? O sea, era la forma que nos podíamos tener como una libreta, y aún no se pueden utilizar. Recuerden que él menciona que en su restaurante no se repetía ningún platillo. O sea, eran como los jazzistas. Por eso es que él era gran fanático del jazz. Y véalos, o sea, estos platos, o sea, están muy bonitos. Son para que tú puedas cocinar en casa. Dice tamari egg soup with sauté and bean thread noodles. Entonces, la verdad es que, pues sí es básico. La verdad es que el señor, pues no. Y este lo encontré, mira, es un especial. Dice Great Restaurants of the World. Entonces tiene varios. Y este es el mismísimo. Charlie Trotter está firmado. Te digo. Y viene cómo funciona cómo funciona. O sea, esto me gusta cómo funcionaba el restaurante, ¿saben? Dice contenido. Mira, aquí está la sala. Se habla de cómo operan. Cómo operan los estándares. How they operate. Aquí está this is the family. This is the father. Mr. Trotter. Charlie. Aquí está. This is a small one, ¿no? First, like when he was young. So, this is the famous chef table inside the kitchen. This guy, he was a pioneer to do this inside the kitchen. They have also a great collection of wine cellar. And remember that he said how they make the wine pairing with the food. They were like, it was not like, oh, just put this one in red with meat and white with fish. It was you have to really know what you're doing. And he knows, like, in some way everybody wanna recognize that experience they had. It was unforgettable. I love this picture. It's actually it's real. It's like in the scene of the movie. It's my best friend wedding, right? Like the tickets in the past here, right? So it's like old school, but still like working because now they have tables. This dessert also is beautiful. Check it out. And this is just to say, like, the paradigm to cook with a simple, like, fruits and granita. It just. I remember he didn't study from CIA, but he was learning. You know, like. They have a video who he was inviting every year, like chefs, like Del Bulli, like Geston Plumental. He came to the restaurant, and you can see a great video. Also, you will find it on the link. I really like this book. Check this photo. Yeah, aquí está Matt. He's a good friend of Siggy, and he actually gave me an apron. He's a great guy from Chicago. This is the famous Mexican Guillermo. All right. So next time I'm gonna ask to my friend Siggy and my S-Box former mentor to borrow one of his Charlie Trotter books, like Desserts and Vegetables, what I need, because I have here the first one, which is also beautiful. We talked about this before. So we're gonna, to don't get the video more long, we're gonna just make an interview and make a different and more of this from the kitchen of
a spouse or a
Charlie
friend,
Trotter.
and have a once-in-a-lifetime experience for the very modest price of $60 or $70 an hour. And you also have 70 or 80 people working on your behalf for $60 or $70 an hour. It's actually a bargain when you think about it. Okay, Patrick, we got to get it out of the window, please.
Yes, coming right now.
Greg, help keep it. I don't want anything in the window, please.
Hold on. Go table 5, please. Position 1.
Chef, full steam ahead, please. It's kind of interesting what happens behind the scenes. There's elements of athletics. It's very physical. You're running, you're moving quickly, you've got to coordinate your movements. But at the same time, it's maybe a little bit more choreographed. So it's almost like meshing a ballet with a professional basketball game at the same time.
We have raviolis, which are made out of butternut squash, and inside we have cashew and roasted squash with passion fruit vinaigrette and a spicy coconut emulsion.
While we certainly look to Western